Hey guys, how are you? Welcome again to our YouTube channel, Cash Flow Talk. Shit happens. Today I'm gonna share what's going on with the coronavirus, especially in my market, in the real estate market. How is it affecting us? What can we do about it? What's going on with the current deals that we were having under contract? And what's going on with the new buyers? Are there buyers out there? Are there sellers out there trying to sell? What's going on? Stay tuned for this video and let me know your thoughts. Hey guys, what's going on again? This is Camilo Palacio, Cash Flow Properties and the Cash Flow Talk. So again, I want to talk about this coronavirus thing. Just want to give out my opinion about what's going on. Not about the sickness itself and the virus, but I want to talk about how is that affecting the market, especially the real estate market, the market I am in right now, especially in the South Florida market. How is this affecting the market? Well, first of all, I understand that there's a lot of people sick. I understand there's this pandemic has hit a lot of people in a bad way, but the way the market moves is based on fear. And that's the most important part that I can take away from this virus is that everybody has fear. And the fear started when obviously there's a virus. I don't want to say anything about the virus itself. We all know, we have seen thousands of videos, the news, the media everywhere. But I just want to share how this relates to business. And what drives the market up and down is the people. And what drives the people up and down, especially down when the market crashes, is the way the economy and the news and the governments bring fear to the people. That's most importantly what's going on. And this fear is making people retract from being aggressive in the real estate market. So what's happening? When they take away sports, when they take away entertainment, when they take away the parks, and when they take away schools, when they take away everything from somebody's lives, especially us, the entrepreneurs, the go-getters, the people that need to be on the road, that need to be active, we need to be outside. What happens is we start getting like if we were getting handcuffed, and what that creates is fear in people. Are there buyers still buying? Yes. Are they sellers still selling? Yes. Much less than 2-3 weeks ago? Yes, absolutely. But the aggressive buyers, the most aggressive buyers, and the people that know the market are still active. They're still out there. They're still trying to find really great deals. The difference is they're now asking for 10, 15, 20% discounts on the prices compared to 2, 3, 4 weeks ago. So if a property was selling for 300, now the buyers are getting price reduction. They're requesting price reduction. There's even a FAR bar, which is the Association of Realtors in Florida. There's even a FAR bar coronavirus addendum, which says pretty much that the buyers have extra time to close. They have extra inspection period to decide if they want to move forward on a property. And if they want to back out, they are entitled to do so because this is a pandemic that is out of their control. And many of these buyers, obviously, they are trying to find any way, any opportunity to make the extra dollar, to create an extra percentage on their profits. And the problem is because there's fear out there when the buyers are buying to fix and sell, or when the buyers are buying to fix and rent, we don't know anymore what the ARV on the properties are, because we don't know how this is going to affect the after repair value of the comparables on any given property. So if properties in the same neighborhood were selling, for example, for $350,000 already renovated, I'm sure there's going to be buyers that are going to request price reductions. Sellers are going to grant them So there's going to be in the next 90 days a lot of recorded sales. Say we're talking about this one for 350, say they're going to be recorded sales for 280 or 290 or 300 or 310 or even 240, 210, 240, 230, 250. What that does is that today when an investor is looking at an ARV is after repair value, when an investor is looking at an ARV on the property, there's a big question mark. We don't even know what the ARV is going to be in 3, 4, 5 months down the line. Because when we buy a property, when an investor buys a property to flip, they're going to buy it, fix it, sell it, and it takes a long time. So let's say you put a property under contract today, it's going to take 30 to 45 days to close. It's going to take another 1 or 2 months for the investor to do the renovations. And as soon as they put it on the market, it's going to take about, let's say, another 30 days to find a buyer and another 45 days to close. That's the average time frame on a flip. So a flip will take anywhere between 4, 5, 6 months, depending on the condition of the property, depending on the experience of the investor. And today, crazy enough, depending on these virus things, because we don't know if this is going to last for another week or 2 or 3 or 2 months or 3 months or 6 months. We don't know what's going to happen. So the uncertainty for an investor to buy a property to fix and sell, or even to fix and rent, because the tenants now, they're not allowing any evictions. They're not allowing any, basically they're not allowing any evictions. Tenants also take advantage of the investors. So most investors are very savvy, especially the cash buyers, are very experienced. They know what they're doing, and they're doing numbers based on either ARV, how much can I resell the property for if I renovate it and sell it? And the other type of investor who's buying the cash flow, who's buying the rental income, is basing the purchase based on how much can they rent it for. And obviously they do worst case scenario if they have bad tenants or they have to rent it for less money, what's going to happen? Now, if a lot of sellers sell the property because of fear, they need to go live somewhere. If they go live somewhere, they're going to find a rental property. If that is correct, then prices for rental properties should go up. But there's also the uncertainty that nobody can be evicted for the next 2, 3, 4, 5. Who knows for how long tenants cannot be evicted? And the problem is that buyers or investors cannot estimate the cap rate or rent or return on investment on any of these investment properties. So that's one of the biggest challenges, is since we don't know what the ARV or the cap rate is, depending on what the buyer is looking for, creates a lot of fear, creates a lot of uncertainty. So to offset that fear, to offset that uncertainty, buyers are being a lot more aggressive. So that's what's driving the market. I believe that the market moves right after the stock market. So I believe the stock market is first. If the stock goes up, then real estate comes right behind it. If the stock market goes down, then the real estate market goes down right after. And then that's what drives the market. So because the stock market crashed a week or a week and a half ago, that's what I believe that it's going to happen in the real estate market. And here's my prediction. And this is what I want you to take away from this video, is if this coronavirus thing takes another 2 or 3 weeks, I think the market is going to resurrect. I think the market is going to get back on track. I think we're not going to see a big dip in the real estate market. And the reason is the coronavirus in the US started mid-April. Most tenants and most homeowners had already paid for April's rent or mortgage payment because they had a job and everything was normal. Now, we had to stay in quarantine for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We don't know how long. And right now is the end of March. So sorry, the end of March. So at the beginning of April is going to be the first set of tenants being late on their rent or not being able to pay rent because they lost their job 2 or 3 weeks ago. And a big percentage of homeowners are going to be late on their mortgage payment as well. So what that says is that if the coronavirus and the quarantine stops and we find the cure for this virus in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think people can recover and figure out a way to talk to their landlord, to talk to their mortgage company about 1 month's rent payment or mortgage payment. Hey, I was late this month. I'll figure it out to make the payments in the next couple months and get the account back to zero. Same thing with their credit card, same thing with their car payments. But the problem is, if this virus thing and this quarantine situation drags for another month or two, to the point where people don't have a job until the beginning of May or even the beginning of June, that's when problems are going to happen. And the reason is, people can get back on track if they are behind 1 month. Say the average rent is $2,000 or the average mortgage. I think people can recover from a $2,000 mortgage payment because from there you have to add the $300 or $400 in car payments and credit card payments and this and that. Say it's $4,000 in total that people have to recover as a family on average. But if there's a second month that people are having problems and now people have to recover from $4,000 instead of $4,000, now it's going to be $8,000, and a third month is $12,000. That's when we're going to start seeing the sellers being forced to sell properties and leaving leaving a lot of equity on the table because of their urgency to cash out, because of their urgency to move out of the property and get all the proceeds they can. So that's when the shark investors are going to come in, try to bargain and negotiate with the sellers for as low as they can, making a lot of equity on the properties. And that's when the short sales and the foreclosures are going to start. That's when the cars are going to be repossessed by the dealerships. And that's just my theory. I believe that if by mid or late April, people can get back to work, I think people will recover. And the dip in the market is not going to be that serious. But if the market goes down and it stays down for more than 2 months, say mid or beginning of May, where people have to make the second mortgage payment, rent payment, car payment, credit card payment, and they're still without a job, I think that's where we're going to see a big problem in the market and a big dip in the market, especially in the real estate market. I think we can go down 20-30% in the next month. Now, if this stays for 3 or 4 months, or even I did a poll yesterday on my Instagram account. By the way, it's at Camilo Cashflow. So if you haven't followed me, please follow me. I did a poll yesterday and asking people like, when do they predict that things are going to get back to normal? And people are predicting 6 months. That was the average answer. 6 months. If there's people that are going to be laid off and without a job and not being able to pay mortgage and rent payment for 6 months, I think we're going to hit a recession. A recession closer to what happened in 2006, 7, and 8. That's my prediction. I'm recording this, so I know in a year or two I'm gonna be looking at this video. I'm gonna see, okay, I was right or I was wrong, but that's where I think this is going to happen. If we recover back in 2 months, the market's just gonna go like this and stay flat, or maybe go up a little bit more and just stay the same course that we were a few months ago. But if we stay for 3, 4, 5 months, I think the market's gonna tank and it's gonna stay down for the next year or two, because that's how long it takes for the regular society to find another job, businesses to start getting profitable again, for people to get back on track. And that's just my prediction. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments below. Please ask me any questions. Put them on the comment below if you have any. And let me know your experience in business with this coronavirus thing. How are you guys reacting, and what are you guys doing to take care of your family, your finances, your issues, your job, your business, what's going on, your cash flow? Let me know what your thoughts are. Again, please put a comment below if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.